Hi, in this video we are going to see about a Java web application project which is entitled as Hall Ticket Generation System with Integrated QR Code. Before seeing the execution of the project, let me brief about this project. So we all know that to enter into the examination center, so we need an hall ticket. So these hall tickets are manually given in a college or other even places to verify whether the particular person is having the hall ticket or not, or whether the particular person is authenticated or not. So this is manually verified and then they will be allowed into the examination hall kinds of thing. So in every parts, in every departments, the automations are generated, but still in many colleges we can see that the hall tickets are given only manually. So to automate that process, in this project we are going to develop hall ticket generation system using the integrated QR code. So here the hall tickets will be generated automatically based on the details given by the student, and it is verified by the controller of examination. And once if the invigilator scans the QR code using the web camera, it verifies the authentication of the student. Now let us see about the details of the project. So we have developed the project using Java and MySQL. So in the abstract you can find the detail that is mentioned about the things that I have discussed right now, and based on the QR code the hall ticket will be generated and the authentication will be carried out. So here you can see about the existing system, where the existing system is purely depend on the manual or the paper based process, or even if they are using computerized system they'll be using Excel kinds of things. So there are various process for checking the fees and then they entering the details in the hall ticket and printing the details kinds of things. So here you can see the disadvantages of the existing system, which contains the manual and time consuming process, prone to errors, inefficient data management, limited security measures, environmental impact, inconvenience of participant, lack of digital accessibility, scalability issues, inflexibility in customization, absence of real-time verification, limited participant experience. These kinds of the disadvantages we have. So I'm not going to tell in detail, so that we can make the video short. And here you can see about the proposed system, which contains about the details of the system that we have developed and the advantages of the proposed system. And here you can see the system architecture, which contains the three entities, that is controller of examination, who is the main part of the project, and invigilator and the student. So here you can see the main functionalities of the entities in the system architecture, and these are the modules of the project and the descriptions of the modules. And here you can see the system requirements with the hardware and the software requirements as mentioned. So we have developed the project in the Java, and front-end part is JSP, HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and IDE we have used is Apache NetBeans IDE 16, and database is MySQL. So now let us see the execution of the project. So first open Apache NetBeans IDE 16. So first we need to import the project into the NetBeans IDE. So for that purpose, first go to the file menu and click open project. Now go into the source code location. So here you can see the source code folder. If you click that, you can see the QR based hall ticket. Just select this and then click open project. Now kindly wait till the project is being loaded into the NetBeans IDE. Here you can see the progress of it. Meanwhile, let us attach the database in the MySQL. So just go to the MySQL administrator, and this is the MySQL administrator. I'm logging with the username, password, root and click OK. So now you can see in the MySQL administrator in the left side panel, just select the restore option. So now in the right side you can select the open backup file. Now again go to the source code location where you can find the database folder. Just open that and you can find the database of the project. Just select it and then click start restore. So now you can see the restore operation was finished successfully message. So you can close this. So you can close the MySQL administrator part because we have successfully attached the database. So now coming back to the NetBeans IDE, you can see the project is being loaded completely. Now we need to execute the project. So just right click it and then select the run option. Now kindly wait till the project is being transferred to the browser part. So now it asks for the authentication. As I have given admin and admin as the username and password for the Tomcat server, I'm giving the same and click OK. So now you can see the home screen, the welcome screen of the project with the project title, hall ticket, automation with integrated QR codes. And here you can see the entities: Invigilator, controller of examination, students. So first let me go to the controller of examination. So controller of both controller of examination and Invigilator has only one login detail. So in controller of examination you need to give the login and password as controller and controller. So this is only one entity. So login with the default username and password as controller and controller and click submit. So now you can see the login success message and click OK. So now it will be navigated to the home page of the controller of examination. So here in the controller of examination you can see they have the option of students approval. So it is empty because there is no any pending activations of the student, and student details we have not entered any student, so that is empty. And you can add the subjects for the examination, and you can see the hall ticket request. So everything is empty because right now first time we are running the project. So now let me go to the students part. So in this, if you click the students menu, it will be navigated to the students login page. Here you need to enter the details of the username and passwords. As I am a new student, I'll just go to the join now. So first click the join now option. So once if you click this join now, it will be navigated to the students registration page. So in the registration page, you need to enter the roll number. For example, I am entering the roll number as CSE 01. Let us select a photo for the student. I'm selecting a photo and then enter the name of the student. I'm giving as JP and email ID as jp@gmail.com, phone number as 9952649690, and address just give location of your place, don't give more data in this space, and enter the password. So I'm giving JP and then click register. So now you can see the registration is success message and click OK. So now I have successfully registered, so it will be navigated to the students login page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the email ID and the password which I have given during the registration and then click submit. But you can see the message that your account is not approved, not yet approved, and please try again later, and click OK. Why? Because even though I have given the exact username and password, the student is not able to log in, because the controller of examination should approve the each and every new students. This is to avoid intruders or unauthenticated students into the system. So let me go to the controller part. So I'll log in with the controller with the username and password controller and click submit. And now you can see the login is success. And if you go to the students approval, you can see the student detail which I have entered right now. So earlier you can see that it was empty, but right now you can see it is filled with the detail that is given by right now. So I have entered the roll number, name, email ID, everything is given. And here you can see the status as no, because this is not yet been approved by the controller of examination. So now the controller of examination is going to approve the students, and let me click approve. So now you can see it has been approved and click OK. So now you can see the table is empty because there is no any pending activations of the students activation. And let me go to the student details. So here you can see the student details is now updated with the details that is given by us. And now you can see here the lost login. So whenever the student is logged into the system, the date and time will be updated here. Still now the student is not logged, so it is updated as no. So now let me log out from this part and go to the students login part. So now I'm going to give the email ID and the password as I given earlier and give submit. So now this time you can see it is success because the controller has approved this student. So only if the controller has approved, the student can be able to log into this, or else they cannot able to log in. So the students has the option of hall ticket request. So they can request for the hall ticket, they can see the request status, and they can download the hall ticket. So everything is empty because still the student has not given any request. So now let me log out from this part. So now I'm going to give another student. Let me log in another student. So now let me student roll number as IDE 01. and let me choose a photo for this student, and let me give the name as XX and email ID as xx@gmail.com and phone number and address, password as XX, and click register. And now you can see the registration is success. Now if you go to the controller of examination, the controller should able to approve this student. So now after logged in, you can see the student approval. So now you can see the student details which I have given. XX is shown here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to reject this student. The controller is going to reject the student as this student is not belong to their college or their domain. So let me reject it. So you can see it has been rejected. So now if you go to the student details, you can see only the students that is active is been updated here, the student details. And now let me log out. Now let me go to the student details and log in with the credentials which we have given earlier for the rejected students and click submit. So now you can see the student is not been approved because the student is been rejected by the controller of examination. So in this way we can prevent unauthorized students into the system. So now let me go to the controller of examination and show you by adding the subjects. So now let me go to the controller of login and go to the add subject details. So in the add subject details, first the controller of examination can able to add the subject for every year, first year, second year, third year or final year. Department they can select IT, CSE or MCA, and they can select the semester. So I'll select a year called final year, I'll select the department as CSE, I'll select the semester as 8. So now here you can see in the subjects part there are 5 subjects given: subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, and lab practicals also given. And here you can see the subject code and subject name, exam date, and exam start time, end time. So everything is been updated here. We can able to give it. So all the details will be given in the updated in the hall ticket also. The particular hall ticket contain the subject code, exam date, and every details is being given. So let me add it quickly. So let me give the exam subject code and subject name as first CS401 skill development course. Let me give like this, and these are only few samples. You can give according to your own details. Let me give second subject as AI application, third subject as machine learning, fourth subject as deep learning, fifth subject as soft computing. And here in the lab I'll give the lab name as communication lab and final year project. So now quickly let me update the exam date. So here let me give the exam date as 1st September 2023. You can select the calendar. Let me give different date for the all the exams. So let me give 2nd September. Let me give 3rd September for this machine learning. Let me give 4th September for deep learning, 5th September for soft computing, communication lab as 6th, and final year project as 7th September. So I have updated the exam date. So let me give the start time of the exam date. So let me give the start time as here you can select the date and time for the exam by selecting the time 10 AM or AM or PM like that, and you can also select the end time for this. Let me select the end time as PM, so 1 PM, sorry. So now I have entered the detail as start time as 10 AM and end time as 1 PM for this subject. In this way, let me update quickly for all the things. So I'm giving the dates are different but the time is same. So all the exam starts by 10 AM. So I'm entering the details as 10 AM and all the exams completes by 1 PM. So you can enter your own according to your convenience, whatever date you want. I'm just showing only a sample of offering the what are all the options that is available in it. So now I have added all the details. So just let me check. All the details now been added for the sorry, for the final year CSE 8. Now I'll give add. So the controller has added the subjects and date and click OK. So now if you go to hall ticket request, there is no any pending hall request because student has not given any request. So now let me show you the hall request part. So let me go to the student login. So now students log in with their username and password. So now once after logged in, they just go to the hall ticket request part. So in the hall ticket request part, the student can able to select the which year, department and semester. So now I'll select final year and select the department as CSE and semester as 8th semester. So now here you can see the exam fee status. So here student should update the fee status, whether they paid the fees or not. If they click paid the fees, they should update the reference number. What is the reference number, bill number or online payment details. So let me give a sample called reference number. If they give not pay, that will be updated as not paid. The reference number will not be asked there. So now I'll give paid and give request. So now you can see the request is sent. So now if you go to the request status, so now JP has requested for the hall ticket, and here you can see the status is no. So all the details have been updated here, and the status is because the controller should approve the request. So if without approving, if the student download the hall ticket, let me show you what happens. So now if you go, the status is no because the controller is not approved. If they try to download, so here it asks for the details, and even if I am giving the correct details, so here you can see the hall ticket request is not approved. So only if the controller of examination approves the hall ticket, the student can able to download it, or else they cannot able to download. So let me log out from the student part. Let me go to the controller of examination part. So in the controller of examination, if you go to the hall ticket request, earlier you would have seen that it was empty. Now you can see the request is being generated, and here you can see the status is no. Now the controller has the rights to approve or reject the hall ticket request. If the student paid the fees, they can able to approve it. If they not paid, or if there is something different or wrong, they can reject it. So in this case I'm going to approve. So you can see that it has been approved, and let me log out. And if you go to the student part now, they can able to check the details. And once after logged into the student details, if you go to the request status, you can see the status has been now changed to approved because controller has approved this request. And if you go to the download hall ticket, you can see the status is approved. Now if you click download, here important point, the student should select the exact details what they are given. If they are giving some different details, you can see the hall ticket request does not approve because the student is not selected the first year. So the student is selected the final year. So the same details should be selected, same department should be selected, same semester should be selected. Only if the exact details are authenticated, they can able to download. So here you can see the hall ticket now is succeeded. So now you can see college exam hall ticket with the exam date, and what is the name of the student, roll number, CSE, and what is the photo. This is the photo I have given for a sample. Whichever photo you are giving, that photo will be given. Here you can see the important part, that is the QR for the project. And here you can see the exam schedule, complete exam schedule with the subject name, that the subject code is been updated with the date and what is the date and time. So all the details have been given. So now the student able to download this as a image format. So now let me show you that. Just click download. So automatically it takes the roll number. Here the file name you can see CSE1. This is the roll number I have given earlier. So no need to give any file name. Automatically it takes. If you wanted to change the file name, you can change it. That is not a problem. But it is defaultly taking the roll number as the unique name, so that you can save. So I am saving in the desktop location. I will save this. So now it is saved in this. So let me open and show you. And this is the hall ticket. The student, if they want, they can take printout. If they don't need, they can just check update in the WhatsApp, and they can show in the controller for the invigilation. I'll show you that part now. So now what I'm going to do is let me log out from this part. So now in the WhatsApp, I'll just add this in my WhatsApp message. So I'll just add this. This is my hall ticket. I'm just uploading in the WhatsApp, so that I can show that for the verification part. So now successfully I have added in the mobile. So now coming to the project, here you can see Invigilator. So if you just click the Invigilator menu, it will be navigated to the Invigilator page. So the default username and password for the Invigilator is Invigilator and Invigilator only. So just give submit after that. So now you can see login success. So in the Invigilator part, important thing, kindly note, you need to connect your web camera in your system, or if you are running in laptop, the web camera should be connected in it. If the web camera is not connected, the verification part will not work, so it will not show. So now I have connected my web camera. So now if we click the exam hall ticket verification, immediately my camera will be switch on. So now you can see this camera is switched on and you are seeing my face. Now the student should show their hall QR code, and please note that there should not be any disturbance on it. So just make sure that you are having the hall ticket clearly. What I'm going to do, I'm showing that. So in my mobile WhatsApp I have already given that one, so I'm going to show that one. So now you can see the verification passed message, all the best. So click OK. So now Invigilator allows this student into the room because they are successfully verified it. So what happens if I am giving some wrong QR code? So what I am going to do, I'll just open my GPay. So in the GPay there is one QR code. So to show that one, this is only for the sample purpose I am showing you what happens if I am giving some wrong QR code, for that case only. So see, I am going to show the QR code of my GPay. This is my GPay QR code. So here you can see the message invalid hall ticket. So whatever the QR code you are showing, it verifies whether it is correct QR code or not. Only if the QR code generated by the controller of examination, it will be approved, or else it will not be approved. So if I am showing some other, for example, I'll show my another QR code, invalid QR code, like I'll show my PhonePe QR code. Let me show you. This is my PhonePe QR code. I'm just showing this QR code now. So now you can see it is invalid hall ticket. So the QR code before I shown was not proper, so that it is not given any information. So now I have zoomed in and I am showing it. So immediately it checks and it says that it is invalid hall ticket. This is not the QR code generated by the controller of examination. So in this way the hall ticket verification process will be done. So for example, if I'll show you about the rejection part of the student. Immediately I will just create a new student immediately with the roll number. I'll get CSIT02. Let me select the photo for this student and let me name it as YY. The student name as YY@gmail.com. phone number, let me give as Chennai. Let me give password as YY and register, and immediately I'll go to the controller of examination. And now let me go to the student approval and let me approve the student. Now it is approved, and now let me log out. And if you go to the student details, I'll just log in with the YY@gmail.com and YY as a password, and let me log in and go to the hall ticket request. Now I'm going to give the request for the student. I'm just selecting not paid and giving a request. So now you can see the request is sent to the controller of examination. Now you can see the request is reference number is not given because the fees is no and the status is no. So now let me log out, and if you go to the controller of examination and if you go to the hall ticket student details, you can see the second student which I have added is been updated, and here you can see the last login, which time the last time the student has logged into the system, the date and time will be stored here. And if you come into the hall ticket request part, this time what I am going to do, last time I have shown you the case of approval. So now let me reject it. So this student has not paid the fees, or this is not a valid student, like that kind of thing. So now let me rejecting, our controller is rejecting this. It is been updated as rejected, and click OK. And now if you log out and go to the student part, and let me log in with the YY login and go to the request status. So here you can see the status is updated as rejected, and if you go to the download all ticket also, it is rejected. Now even if the student is selecting the exact details that they are given and click download, you can see all ticket request not approved. So the student knows that the hall ticket is being not approved by the controller. They will be contacting the concerned person for this. So in this way the hall tickets automation is being done with the QR code, and this is all about the project hall ticket generation system with integrated QR code, or hall ticket automation with integrated QR code using Java. And thank you for watching.